Lick number 8 is a real cool descending double stop lick from a tune called Please Don't Go. We're going to move to B flat, back to B flat again. And this lick goes something like this. Really neat. So what we're doing, we're starting out with this double stop lick, and we're in the key of B flat, and we're starting the lick on the 9th fret, 2nd and 3rd strings, 8th fret, 6th fret. Kind of a Chuck Berry type thing. But instead we're playing it slowly. And then we're going to wind up on the 8th fret of the 4th string. And then he's going to do this real cool bass lick on the 5th and the 4th strings. Love that. Check out the tab for that. I think I'll confuse you if I try to go through each note. And then he's going to go to another double stop and wind up with the double stop going into the 5. So this lick going from the 8th fret to the 6th fret on the 2nd and 3rd strings, and then 3 times on the 8th fret of the 4th string. And then a double stop on the 6th fret of the 3rd and the 4th string. And you bend it a little bit and hold it before you wind up on the 5 or the 8th fret of the 5th string. There it is. One more time. Really like how Lowell Fulson uses those double stops. And that's one of the signature, parts of his playing. One of his signature licks is using those double stops, especially in slower tunes. So that is example number 8. It's from a tune called Please Don't Go in the key of B flat. Lick number 9, we're going to move back to the key of G. And this is one of my favorite Lowell Fulson ideas. It's kind of a bass run, flurry of bass notes played. And he does this in solos, he does this as fills. And this is from a tune called You're Gonna Miss Me. And we're going back to the key of G. He'll play something like this. And all I'm doing is I'm starting from the 5th fret of the 5th string, and I'm climbing to the 3rd and 5th frets of the 4th strings, and as far as I go is the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. And I'm just doing some pull-offs from the 5th to the 3rd on the 4th string. Really neat. Not as hard as it sounds. It's really pretty simple. And he wraps it up, depending on the song, in a lot of different ways. Sometimes he'll end up on the 3rd string. Sometimes he'll wind it up on the 5th string, even the 4th string sometimes. So that is lick number 9. And you're just playing in the 1st position blues box and start it like that. So if we're playing in the key of B flat, playing in C, and it's just kind of a neat little thing that he throws in between his single string runs that he plays a lot. So that is example number 9, the bass run or bass lick, bass flurry you can call it. Lick number 10 is a really cool lick that Lowell Fulson uses to kick off his solo in a tune called Rock 'Em Dead. And he's playing in the key of A flat. So we're moving our 1st position bar chord to the key of A flat. Now he might be playing in G and maybe the tuning's a little wonky or something, but when I listen to the recording, everything matches up in A flat. So that's where I'm going to play. He starts out the solo with the lick kind of like this. I'll try to remember it note for note. Check the tab if I make any mistakes here. I've got it right on the tab. Goes like this. Kind of a neat single string run thing. We're starting out on the 4th fret of the 1st string. And then we're going to go to the 7th fret. of the first string, back to the 4th fret, and do that little lick. Check the tab for this. That's another typical Lowell Fulson single string kind of figure. Then he's going to do one of these. Another quick hop. And again, check the tab. See exactly which notes, but everything is right there within that first position blues box. Let's play it one more time. Another one of my favorite Lowell Fulson licks. That is lick number 10, and that is from a tune called Rock 'Em Dead. And the rest of the solo is pretty cool too. Lick number 11 is a single string horn lick type thing that Lowell Fulson plays also on the tune Rock 'Em Dead. In fact, he uses this lick right at the end of the solo, and he does something like this. So let's try it again. We've done a couple licks where we had the double stops. This is real similar, but we're just staying on the single strings. Check the tab for this one. It's pretty straightforward. Again, we're in A flat. And he uses that right at the end of the solo before he goes to a stop time and comes back into the singing. So that is example or lick number 11. Lick number 12. This is in the key of C, and this is from a tune called Lovin Things. And in this tune, when he's playing the solo, when he goes from the 5 to the 4 and back to the 1, he does this really cool kind of double stop thing. Let me play it for you one time, and then we'll figure it out. So it's just double stops, and we're playing over the 5, which is a G. This is a second position G bar chord, and I'm taking my first finger on the 10th fret of the first string, second finger on the 12th fret of the second string, and that's a G. So when the tune's in G, and then the tune goes to the 4 or the F, we're just going to move that down 2 frets to the 8th and the 10th, like that. So the whole lick. Here, he's just going to go into a little single string phrase, and this is really cool. And what I'm doing here is I've got my first finger anchored on the 8th fret of the first and second strings, and then with my pinky I'm going to the 11th fret of the first string, slight bend, and then I'm going to get the first string and the second string. So the whole thing. And then we're going to do another little hop. This time we're bending up on the 3rd string at the 10th fret with our first finger anchored at the 8th fret of the second string. So let's play that one more time. I love that. And it's a kind of a different way to go from the 5 to the 4 to the 1. Really powerful, that. All of a sudden, we're back to our single string runs. Listen to the tune Lovin Things, the solo in the key of C. Lick number 13 comes from a Lowell Fulson tune called Blue Soul. And even when Lowell Fulson was playing over the chord changes, as he sometimes did, he would stay in the first position blues box. Usually, not always, but in the tune Blue Soul, when he's playing the solo, the tune is in the key of F. He plays some runs over the first position blues box in F. And then when the song goes to the 4, he's going to play over the B flat. And again, he's going to play over that first position B flat bar chord, the first position blues box. Let me play a little bit of the first lick that he uses when he makes that change. This is really cool. And what I'm doing there is just playing around over the B flat, and the song is over the 4. I'm going to slide into it from the F, the first fret of the 6th string, to the 6th fret of the 6th string, which is now the B flat. So he slides in on the bass, and then right away, he's going to do this rake. And what I'm doing here is I'm basically making a B flat chord, partial B flat F-shaped chord. My first finger on the 6th fret, 1st and 2nd strings, and my second finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And I'm just going to drag the pick down like that. So we have, and what I'm doing here is a couple of pull-offs from the 8th to the 6th on the 1st string, the 9th to the 6th on the 2nd string. That's the first lick. It's kind of hard to play it slow. I've got to play it in context. And then he's going to go slight variation from 8 to 6 on the 1st string, and then get the 6th fret of the 2nd string. So we've got, and then to the 9th fret of the 1st string, and he bends it just a hair and holds it. And then we've got this lick, 6, 8, 6, kind of a hammer-on pull-off, 9 on the 2nd string, 6 on the 2nd string. Check the tab on this. So it goes like this. And that's just the first part, but again, I'm playing over the B flat chord. So even when Lowell Fulson moves out of the 1 position, he's still playing in the 1st position blues box, just over the 4 chord. And if you listen to the whole song, Blues Soul, the introduction to the song, he does this, and he goes from the 5 to the 4 to the 1. And during the solo, he does the same thing. So that is lick number 13. The last couple licks here are kind of some simple ideas that I've always liked, and they're both from a tune called Payday Blues, which is one of my favorite Lowell Fulson tunes. And Payday Blues, he's got this stop time, and he plays this little double stop vamp when he sings over the stop time, and it goes like this. We're in the key of G. Enough times, but the idea here, we're playing over the 1st position blues box. We're starting on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and then I'm using my 3rd finger, and then I'm flattening it out on the 2nd and 3rd string, and then I'm going to slide on the 2nd and 3rd strings. I got my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and I'm just sliding into a G double stop. 3. And eventually, when he gets to the end of the verse, they'll play the 9th chord and then into the 4. But I always like this. Just kind of a swinging idea. And you could use this as a fill. You could use it in a solo. And you could, find ways to fit that in somewhere. It's neat. You can do it in any key. A, C. Really neat lick. And that's from the tune called Payday Blues. Lick number 15. I'm going to show you a Lowell Fulson double stop. And this is also from Payday Blues. And it's very simple. It's in the key of G. And it goes like this. And all I'm doing is taking a G7 double stop on the 2nd and 3rd strings, 6th fret, 7th fret, 2nd and 3rd strings. And I'm just walking it down. And then you can end it with a D 9th chord or a 7th or whatever you want to do. So in Payday Blues, it goes back into the vamp. You could also play that the other way. I don't know if Lowell Fulson does that or not, but that's kind of a cool idea too. I threw in another couple licks that I have tabbed out, but they're very simple, and just a couple more examples of some of the things that I've already shown you. We could go on forever talking about Lowell Fulson licks and ideas, but just off the top of my head, those are some of the things that come to mind as things that I use in my playing, whether subconsciously or consciously. So there you have the signature licks profile for the months of April through June 2019. Again, I'm going back and redoing all these old lessons that I did before, trying to add more specific teaching and also improve the quality of the video and all that. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. And I'll be back again soon, and we'll take another one of these old lessons and redo it for you. See you then.